Welcome to another Transformers Prime review. This time we're looking at the Deluxe class Soundwave figure from the Robots in Disguise subline, and this is the figure that I've been looking forward towards the most from the Transformers Prime mainline so far. It comes packaged in his drone Predator mode. You see Laserbeak right there. I really do love the picture a Soundwave, especially the kind of like the electronic thing going through his face. What I really like about Soundwave is that it reminds me a lot of Noise Maze from Transformers Galaxy Force, or is it called Sideways in Cybertron. Have a product shot on the back series. This is the short packed one, one per case. So this, I had to order this one through Big Bad Toy Store, where he is now available. Soundwave, tech specs on the side with another cool picture. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. So let's go in. So here we have Soundwave in his vehicle mode, and it is a very nice representation of his Predator mode, which is a mode we really don't see too often in the show itself. I can think of once we've seen it definitely, and maybe one more time, but I don't know. But this does have the same kind of feel that Starscream has, because while it is very accurate, you do see a good bit of the robot bits, especially in the rear, and underneath you can pretty much see the full robot mode, but it's okay. One interesting thing is that if you go to the front here, these purple pieces kind of resemble eyes, and this kind of resembles a mouth. So you can have him just a giant skybird. Like someone showed that in one other video. This, can't remember who, but thanks to them, that's all I see when I look at this. I just see a giant just skybird just trying to eat people. And that could not have been an accident, the way this was designed. And you can go roar. It's very, very silly, but yeah, there's no way that was an accident, that someone purposely had to think of that when they're designing this. And Laserbeak is stored on the bottom here. At least I have them stored that way. But you can bring them on top like this. Peg them into the hole here, which I don't see why you do that. I think that looks a little bit weird like that, so I prefer just to leave them stored under here. If I can get them back in the hole, there we go. I think that's the way it looks best. So yeah, it's a very small mode, but it has a pretty big wingspan for Deluxe. As for transformation goes, let me just raise up the camera a little bit. First thing I'm going to do is unpeg the arms, or the wings, which will become the arms, from the main body, and go around to the back here, and these will swing into place like so. Do it again, there you go. Then go to the top. You see this wing will fold out, that one too, and fold out this section of the wing. There we go. It's kind of actually tricky, this hinge. I've actually popped it off the hinge completely. Zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. This hinge, while it is pretty tight, the whole arm section is pretty tight, so unless you are very careful, it's actually kind of easy to, you didn't see any of that, unless you're pretty careful, it's pretty easy to pop it off the hinge entirely. So arms are pretty much done. Split the legs. Now the beak folds up all the way to the back here, and this section will fold back to form his heel. Oh, I forgot to mention, it does have one little piece of landing gear, which was at the nose. Fold down his feet, and his legs will kind of chicken out like so. And that's the torso done. Go to the back here. Pretty cool little gimmick. Once you pull this back by this little engine thing, the head will pop up. Part of the revealer gimmick. And there you go. And then this little piece will fold in and fold into the back. And there you have Soundwave and robot mode, and this is a very, very nice figure. Now, I said in Primecast before that this is the figure I was looking forward to the most, and it does not disappoint at all. I do find the legs a little bit touchy, just because the nature they are, because there's so many points to them, so it'll be a little bit awkward posing them. But I find just the overall look of him very, very awesome. Like I said, I have a little trouble getting him stand up straight. Like I said, in the packaging, I love him because he looks a lot like Noise Maze from Galaxy Force, and he was one of my favorite designs from that show. Who coincidentally also had a relative named Soundwave, who was from the same planet. Coincidence? Maybe. His arms are very cool. I really like how... I was really worried about whether or not before this figure is actually revealed, whether or not they'll be able to keep the real slim and kind of creepy look that they did in the art design for both Soundwave and Starscream, and they did a really, really great job. As far as posability goes, he can kind of do the Quagmire giddy with his head. Has a swivel joint in his upper shoulder and another one, and then a ball joint in his elbow and another swivel in his elbow. He actually has 3 elbow joints, 1 ball joint, a swivel there, and another swivel. Part of the transformation, if you really want that, even though it looks like his arm's kind of broken, that can count. No finger articulation, but they're so spindly that it's kind of hard to imagine him having finger articulation. His waist does rotate all the way around. It's fairly stiff too, so that's pretty good. Ball joint, the hip with another swivel. 1, 2, 3 knee joints, but unless you really want to keep this look, they're kind of useless. And a little bit of foot articulation too. So he's really, really good as far as articulation goes. But I've said this before for several other toys. This is kind of just a kind of character that really looks best at a very kind of statuesque, creepy pose where he just not very animated looking, just very still, because he just has that look that just kind of creeps you out. Of course, you can take Laserbeak out in robot mode, which doesn't look too bad. It does leave a gaping hole in his chest, but it did in the show as well, and you already saw it. But Transform Laserbeak, you just swing these up like that, and it's you can kind of see a head there. Laserbeak himself is actually pretty cool. Just wish it looked more bird-like. And he has Soundwave has 2 holes in his wrist, each wrist, I should say, that will allow Laserbeak to kind of be perched onto his arm in a very classic Soundwave pose. So you can have that option. So this, I guess, Laserbeak is his only weapon. But it's suiting for the character because really Soundwave was more of a spy and more of intelligence. He wasn't really a fighter. So I think I'm perfectly fine with him not having any weapons. But he can use Laserbeak as a weapon. Laserbeak does have guns in the show. So I guess you can imagine him flying around shooting at Ernie Hudson in a little pretend helicopter if you want. But yeah, really, really, really great figure. I really don't have any complaints about him. I'm okay with this part here because it really doesn't get in the way. He doesn't have a backpack of any sorts. He's just an all-round great figure. I am a little bit confused by the pink highlights on him. I'm not sure why they did that. So let's get an actual close look of him. Did you focus? Let me bring him out a little bit. There we go. So I love the head design. I'm really surprised that they went with this look for Soundwave. You know, him being a mute and basically just having no face. But they said in an interview or in a panel that he doesn't. It's not that he can't talk. He just chooses not to, which really just gives him so much more character. All around, detail on this guy is amazing. I strongly suggest everyone pick up this figure because right now it's my favorite Prime figure. I like him more than Megatron, but also I'm waiting on a bunch of first edition figures. I'm waiting on basically all of them except for Bumblebee and RC. I'm waiting on a couple Primes, a couple Bulkheads, a couple Cliff Jumpers, and a Starscream. They're all eventually making their way to me. So that opinion might change in a little bit, but as of right now, this is my favorite Prime figure because this is just a fucking amazing design, and the transformation is simple but very fun at the same time. It looks great in both modes. The Laserbeak integration is awesome, and it's just such a really neat update to the Soundwave character. And I can't say anything else nice about him because he pretty much speaks for himself. I don't have anything bad to say about him other than I'm kind of confused about the pink on him. So I really recommend him. He's available at BBTS right now. You can get all the other Prime First Wave Deluxes along with him too. Because this is a short case figure. This is only one per case, so he may be kind of hard to find. But online or retail, any Transformer fan should really pick up this character because this is an awesome figure. Until next time, thank you for watching.